Alright, so I just reviewed The Evil Dead and The Evil Dead 2, and now here's my review for the remake. Basically, all last week I watched those two movies, and I was really anticipated for the Evil Dead remake because it was getting good reviews. At the time, it had like an 85%. Some of the sites I had said it was a really good tribute to the first film, and I really enjoyed the first film. Not so much the second one, but I generally thought that the first Evil Dead was a really good horror movie, one of the better horror movies that I've seen from that decade. So I was really anticipating it. I was like, it didn't have the greatest special effects in the world, and so this remake, if it follows the same storyline, if it does a lot of the same things, keeps the same tone, keeps a lot of the similar aspects of the film, but just upgrades its budget, it'll be really good. And I actually, when I first walked out, I was, like I said, I was really anticipated going into the movie. When I first walked out, I didn't really like the movie. I thought all the things that I like, and I'm going to say this right now, the entire time, as soon as I realized that this isn't going to be like, the first 15 minutes, you realize that it's not going to be like the original Evil Dead. The reasons why they're there are different. The reasons why, how they find the... It takes them in the remake at least 25 minutes to actually open the Book of the Dead. In the first The Evil Dead, it takes 5 minutes. It's right then and there. So it really, it's a little bit slower to begin with, and it's totally different. So anyways, like I was saying, as soon as I realized that it's different, I instantly said in my head, just change your expectations, just... don't think it's going to be an upgrade of the first one. Just, enjoy it for what it is. So I didn't want to try and make it beat the other one, which I think most remakes should. You should go into the mindset because you're going to have too high of expectations if you think it's going to beat the other one. So anyways, once I realized it was a little different, I, had a different mindset. And I generally didn't like what they did in this movie. And I'll say what I liked about the first Evil Dead and what they didn't do in this movie. They did it a few times, but 2 times isn't enough for me to really like a movie. I liked in the first Evil Dead, they got the ball rolling quickly. They didn't really develop a backstory to the Book of the Dead. They didn't develop a backstory to really any of the characters. They just put these people in a house, they open a book, and shit happens. This one... The character's a heroin addict. The brother, he escaped. The mom's dead. There's too much drama. If I want to watch a drama, I'll watch a drama. I just want to see some shit happen in a fucking cabin. And that doesn't happen in this. They try to add a human element. You may like it. In my horror movies, I think simplicity is the key. I think the more simple, the better. And that's what they did. They added too much stuff to this, to the storyline. And what I loved the most about the first one, and like I said, I'm trying not to compare it to that, but what they didn't do in this one is they didn't do enough of the actual dead. The girl, Jane Levy, when she's in her name's Mia. When she's in the actual like cupboard, or like the shelter, or what would it be, like the basement. Her messing with the characters and her like being in the basement, that's the best part of the movie for me. I wish that the whole movie was like that. But the other characters that turn into possessed, they're dead immediately. She's really the only one that's interacting with these characters. And I think that's the best part of the movie, is her interaction with the characters. And in the other one, they were all kind of alive, they didn't kill the possessed right away, and that's what I liked. But the line, and if you guys seen the movie, if not, it's not a spoiler or anything, but right after the tongue cutting scene, the brother goes and pulls, the chick out of the basement, and she says a really filthy line, and like that's what I wanted. I wanted an hour of that. I didn't care for the heroine backstory. I didn't care for the brother leaving home. I didn't need to see that. I don't think it was needed. I don't think you need to develop a backstory, but. That's just my 2 cents on horror movies. A lot of people didn't like the gore, the tasteless gore. I didn't mind it. I think by the end, it's a little too much. But by the end of the movie, I think I lost interest, and I realized that I wasn't going to like it. There was a few things that were just... I hate to use the word over the top, or the words over the top when describing a horror movie because, I mean, it's a movie about a book of the dead possessing, opening a demon, you know what I mean? So it's already over the top. But the thing that I didn't like, and, not really a spoiler alert, but he makes something at the end of the film. And if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. It plays a big deal, and the character isn't that smart. He's kind of a doofus. He's not a very smart character. So him making this is complete bullshit. That was the one thing that really just, I hate to say, that's just a little pet peeve, but that scene was just not. It was just dumb. But like I said, overall, I didn't care much for it. I didn't think it was anything spectacular. I don't think it was any different from the Hills Have Eyes remake or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake from '03. I don't think it was any different from those. I think it is just a standard run-of-the-mill remake, and the reason why everyone loves it is because it has Sam Raimi's name with it. He was the producer, so he approved of it. Might as well love it. I think the Evil Dead, the actual Evil Dead from the 80s, is a much better remake, and it's embarrassing how much better it is considering, the 30 year difference, but like I said, I think the reason why I like that one is the simplicity behind it. I think it was just simple. Like I said, I didn't hate this movie. It's definitely better than the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D. That was just ridiculous. But it just didn't grab me. I didn't love it. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10, which it's right now, as of now, it's still not that. It's like in my top 10 of this year. So I didn't absolutely hate this movie. I'll buy it on Blu-ray. I'll rewatch it. But I didn't love it. I didn't like it too much. So tell me what you guys thought of The Evil Dead. I know a lot of you liked it, and I know a lot of people actually didn't like it. So I'm curious to see the mixed reviews. Please comment down below. Let's get some, dialogue here. Tell me what you guys thought of it. Thank you for watching. And like I said, I gave it a 5 out of 10. And like always, just like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you don't. So thanks for watching, guys. And watch my other remake. I reviewed The Evil Dead and The Evil Dead 2. So look out for those reviews too. Thanks.